Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. This is our guest game master section of season 15. Every episode, we play through an audio escape room, but for these episodes, Dani and I are playing the room. We play through an escape room written by a fan of the show who's come on and tried to challenge us as a deliberate slap in the face, saying, you cannot solve my room, you two are fools. You don't deserve to have an escape room podcast, is what they're all saying implicitly by being on the show. And our newest challenger... Our newest upstart is Katherine Quigley. Welcome to the show, Katherine.
Thanks for having me.
No, that's not upstart energy. How dare you? We're super excited to play through the room that you've brought on. But apparently, you were saying before we even started that while this is the first room that you've written for our show, it's not the first escape room that you've written.
We're diving straight into the first question.
I mean, I suppose this is sort of encapsulated in our normal question, which is, this is an escape room show. What is your escape room experience? But you've written other escape rooms.
Experience first.
What have you made before?
Yeah, so I have done more than 15 different escape rooms across 5 different mediums. However, I have only ever played one escape room in person.
Oh, wow.
How many other media are there?
So I have kind of a point and click one. Some point and click ones that I've done. I've done in person. I've done ones where it was like a Zoom call and they told me what to do to get me out of the room.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I have this one, and then I consider it kind of a different medium because it is its own beast. But I have done escape rooms for ages 5 to 9-year-olds at the library.
So you work at you're a librarian. You work and you made all of these escape games as part of your I was going to say library enrichment, like the books are all animals, but as library activities, you've made all these.
Some of them are for the library. Some of them have been for local youth groups. Some of them have been for a camp that I volunteer with, a camp for cancer kids and their siblings. And that has been they'll do the Zoom call ones where they try and get me out. That has been for those kids who are perhaps in the hospital and can't come to camp. So they join over Zoom and do activities like that.
That's such a good idea.
Nice. And what made you start getting into escape room design?
I love puzzles, and I was looking for some new activity to do at the library. And it was during the middle of COVID, and they decided that they were going to do their summer reading program online. And so that was the very first one, was a point and click one that I found how to do it on a YouTube video and made one that was Escape the Library Director's Office.
Nice. So that's the escape room side of this show. But this show is escape rooms presented in a sort of tabletop role-playing style. What is your tabletop role-playing experience?
I've dabbled a little bit. My brother has a group that I joined for one night, and then I've watched him and my sister-in-law. They both have their own groups, and I've kind of hung out with their groups, but not actually during any tabletop role-playing games. Just we went to a Ren fair together and some of that sort of stuff, but I don't have a whole lot of experience with that either.
All right. But I've written 14 games. I've designed my own tabletop role-playing systems.
That sounds like us when we started.
True. Oh, lovely. Well, look, I'm very excited to play through the room that you brought us. I know nothing about it, other than that it's an escape room. Is there anything we should know going in? Is there anything you want to tease before we start, or do you want to just jump right in and we can go in blind?
Yeah, so I kind of based this one a little bit off of Dani, one of your self-proclaimed deficits in trivia.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But it doesn't need any outside knowledge.
Food, music.
At the time, if you proclaimed it, could well have been bodies of water.
Football,
which you're getting better
any
at.
variety. Bodies of water, yes. I'm a hint better at rivers now, but I'm still not great. Oh, there are so many avenues this could take.
All right. Well, I think that knowing that I get to sit back and watch Dani suffer. I think we should get into the room.
This is interesting because I was just thinking, Keep Talking This is presented in a tabletop role-playing style. Should I put forward more of like how I role-play? Because I don't. When we're doing RPGs and the way we do this show when I'm a player, those are very different from each other. Should I be trying to character it up a bit more?
No. Please solve puzzles with me. Please help me. I know what your characters are like. They're not going to help solve any puzzles.
Hey, I resent that.
They're going to be like, actually, maybe we don't need to solve puzzles.
I tend to nowadays just pick fighter, big sword, hit stuff. That works best for me.
Exactly.
Actually, you guys, your characters have already been chosen.
Ooh,
they are
okay.
real people.
Oh, okay.
So, Dani, I would love you to roleplay as hard as you can into whatever facts you know about this real person.
All right, let's
get going. Let's do it.
I'm
Let's
excited.
Go. Katherine, take us away.
All right, and then this is also has an element of interactive fiction to it as well. So, for this escape room, you are two individuals, Sybil Penn and David Penn. Sybil is a courtier and the royal nurse to Prince Edward, who is the son of King Henry VIII. And David is Sybil's husband, and he is also a courtier. For the purpose of this room, this is not historically accurate. David is one of the king's court musicians specializing in the recorder.
Do we have a recorder in this house, Dani?
No, I keep saying we should buy one because they're $8, but hasn't happened yet.
I'll have to do the music.
And so, Sybil, you are the royal nurse to Prince Edward. As the royal nurse to the only male heir to the English crown, you have a big responsibility. The king is on a hunting trip and due back soon. Last you knew, 6-year-old Edward was riding a hobby horse through the corridors. You sat down to take a quick break and must have nodded off. When you woke up, it was quiet. From your experience, there is nothing more suspicious than a quiet child. So you went to find him. You figured he was around somewhere, and you enlisted your husband David in finding him. As you came to the entrance to the Great Hall in Hampton Court Palace, you found a note. You, Sybil, couldn't read it, because you can't read.
Well.
However, David, who is one of the king's court musicians, could. When he read it, you began to panic. It said, "Perhaps with the prince out of the way, the king shall recognize me as his heir."
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's Mary.
You are well aware of the king's temper. I mean, look what happened to Anne. And she was his wife. You're only a servant. So, someone has kidnapped Edward. Someone who believes they could be considered an heir if the king's legitimate son is dead. But who? And where did they take him? You better get to the bottom of this before the king gets back from his hunting trip and finds that Edward has been kidnapped.
All right.
My kingly trivia is failing me.
So it was history. History all
Because
along.
we've got this Prince Edward,
yes.
son of Henry VIII.
Yep.
Obviously didn't make it
Well,
because...
he was, like, super briefly, wasn't he?
Was he? Is that Lady Jane Grey? No.
No.
That's crazy.
Didn't
I'm making
he end up
history.
like in charge for like a year or something like that?
I don't know if he did. Did we get a king? Did we get an Edward in between
Quick Kid King.
a Henry and a Mary?
Oh,
yeah.
The order of the specifics I'm not great at all.
I mean, he'll have come in before the queens.
My guess, yes, that would make sense.
How long did Edward get? Like a year?
Not very long.
Poor Edward.
But if you fail,
Even
Then-
We'll
shorter.
change history.
Oh,
Okay.
incidentally, oh man, people just like look up how old some of these wives were. It is sad. They would not have been much older than Prince Edward. Well, at the moment he's 6, so yes, they would have, but not as older as you would want them to be.
I feel like I've always had a lot of historical confusion about this precise moment of English history, of post Henry VIII, of like the Henry VIII to Elizabeth I transitional period. My mind's just like, and stuff happened. So
That's fair.
So this is out of my wheelhouse.
All right. So, like, what are our options? I got a blank page here.
Oh yeah, the son is missing.
Yeah, that's all we've got. And we've got ransom. We need to know who our options are, where our options are. What are we doing?
And I can only read the letters from A to G. That's all I've been trained at. As court musician, I can read, but only A to G. So I'm sort of just assuming the rest.
It's okay. There's no formalized spelling. You can make anything with just those letters.
So you guys came to the entrance to the Great Hall in Hampton Court Palace, and that's where the note was.
Let's enter the
That
hall.
makes sense.
I get a description of our
Totally
place.
innocently. No expressions of worry on our faces.
Yeah. Perfect.
Let's walk in there.
Well, I haven't read you the note yet, so you're not worried.
Oh, sure.
You enter the Great Hall through the door where you originally found the note. You figure if there are any clues, they would be in here. As you walk through the door at the top of the hall, you look around. Right in front of you is the high table. This is where the king sits when he is dining.
Ooh.
On the far side of the high table are 4 other tables lined up from top to bottom, horizontally in a row, like you are looking at the pews on one half of a church, but instead of benches, they are tables. In the middle of the room, between tables 2 and 3, so it goes high table, table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4. So between tables 2 and 3, there is a freestanding hearth.
Ooh.
Nice. I didn't even know you could have a freestanding hearth.
On the right wall is a painting.
Just one? Right.
Next to the painting is a suit of armor.
Ooh.
Just
Ooh.
one?
I'm not going to be able to draw that well.
On the wall by the suit of armor is a candelabra. On the left wall hangs a tapestry.
The Bayou Tapestry?
You'll have to find out.
The famous Louisiana Bayou Tapestry.
The Bayou Tapestry.
In the corner to your left is a bay window with a window seat. The whole floor is covered in sawdust.
Is that normal?
They just made the tables.
Oh no, did everyone throw up?
In a dining hall, yes, that's pretty normal.
Huh.
Because they would just throw the bones and stuff on the floor. And then they
Terrible.
would just sweep out the sawdust and get new sawdust.
Okay.
All right. At the far end of the Great Hall is a door. Above you is a vaulted ceiling.
Okay.
And that is all you have.
All right. Well,
What
Sybil,
time of day is it that the dining hall is empty? How much time do we have before people start pouring in, destroying all our evidence?
Well, I think you were more worried about getting out before King Henry gets back from his hunt.
Fair.
nice. So we have 4 days.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's start exploring. We got to find out. We got to find a baby.
I feel like,
Wait, how old is he? 6 years old?
Yeah.
We got to find a baby.
first things first, I'm being the nurse, right? I'm the nurse. If there's one thing I know as a nurse, it's that people have feet.
That's true.
I want to look at this sawdust. You never know. There might just be footprints leading us right to him.
Okay, yeah, let's look at the sawdust.
So you poke around in the sawdust. Do you have anywhere specific you're poking around in the sawdust?
Presumably quite near the door that we found the note on, because if they put a note there...
But once we
It
started searching the
presumably walked
sawdust,
there.
I think we can do a lap of the.
Yeah, okay. So
Of the
start
world.
by the door that we entered through.
Look under
And
all
then
the
if it's
tables.
not helpful, we do a lap. Under tables? Oh, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I am.
No, you probably need a little bit more direction. It's a pretty big room.
Okay.
And
Yeah, we'll wait until we have somewhere specific to dust.
All right, you're up then.
Great. Why don't we just where we are where we are?
Uh-huh.
Let's close the door behind us.
Uh-huh.
Turn around and look at the door.
That makes sense.
there is a shield hanging on the back of the door.
Ooh.
It is
Nice.
very shiny.
Is it removable?
It is.
I remove it.
Inventory.
Great.
The penalty for touching the shield as a court musician is the most painful of deaths.
No, I'm one of the few people who can. Because if I do, and they're like, "Why do you have that shield?" I just go, "My lord, I was experimenting with new percussive
Percussive.
sounds." And then he dances.
And you don't think that's what they frown on?
Every time you play music in front of Henry VIII, he dances like the Goron king from Ocarina of Time, and it's fantastic.
Gotcha.
Um,
Any interesting emblems on this shield?
yeah, the shield itself is out of any note. Or is it just
Nope.
shiny metal?
Okay.
All right.
Just shiny metal.
We can use it to do some kind of cool reflective puzzle
Love
later
it.
on. What next, Danny?
Let's circle around the outside. First of all, let's take a look at this bay window. Children like bay windows.
In the window seat, there are a variety of instruments.
Nice.
Looking at the window, there are a number of coats of arms depicted in stained glass.
Ooh, excellent. Now, instruments could go for either of our careers. What kinds of instruments
Oh,
are
yeah,
we talking?
Medical?
Oh, percussive.
Just so you know, a nurse during this time
Oh,
was
yeah.
like a nursemaid,
Not
not
was
like
assuming.
an actual.
I
Like,
know.
But
I
we're
get
giving
that.
we're giving Danny more skills in case we need them later on.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay. Well, can we? You said there are instruments. Can we have a look at these instruments?
Yeah, you've got like a lute and a recorder and a trumpet.
Nice. All right. Do they? If I blow through them, are any of them full of secret notes?
No, they just sound.
Especially if I blow through the lute.
You blow through the lute and it sounds like you're blowing on some wood.
Yeah.
You blow through the recorder and sounds pretty good. I mean, you are specializing in the recorder after all.
True.
And you blow through the trumpet and you're decent. Not the best, but decent.
Okay. Well, we have instruments. Again,
Yep.
don't have a need for them. What about these? Should we look at the coats of arms?
I would love to look at these coats of arms.
There are a bunch of coats of arms of various colors and designs. None of them really stand out.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Maybe again, it might be a look for when we know what we're looking for.
I guess so.
So let's just keep going. What's the
Yep.
next object to look at, Danny?
Painting?
Painting. Yeah, okay, we'll stick to the outside. Let's have a look at that painting.
It looks like there is a thick layer of grime covering the painting. You can't quite tell what it is.
Ooh, that's pretty bad. And it's not just the sort of grime that an arm can deal with?
You wouldn't want to get that dirty.
Okay,
Okay.
that's true. I'd get plague.
Well, while we're here, yeah, God, they always get plagued, don't you?
It's still around.
That's just hanging out. What are the armor? Can I have a look at some armor?
That's weird. The armor is child-sized. All except the helmet. The helmet is much bigger.
That is weird. Let's take off that helmet.
Yeah,
Look
maybe
at
the
it.
kid's
It's
in
not
there.
meant to be here.
Maybe the kid's in the armor right now.
It seems pretty stuck, and you look a little closer, and there is a lock on it.
Ooh.
Oh
You
no.
need a small key.
Now that's a key to get the helmet like detached from the armor itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're looking for an armor key.
I hold look like an armor. I feel like I need a feather on top.
Put a feather on top.
Is the suit of armor? I have drawn him holding a spear, but I assume that we would have been told if he were holding anything.
If he is, it doesn't matter.
Nice. Yeah.
The
well,
way
let's-
I have drawn him, he looks like he is sorely missing a shield in his other hand.
Oh,
So
poor guy.
I wondered.
Well, look. Let's keep looking around.
Mhm.
These are a lot of like things that we might be able to do other things with once we find the other things. So we got to keep looking.
Well, sure, but first, we go, Prince, if you're in there, tap your metal foot 3 times.
And the metal foot.
And you hear, Prince, if you're in there, tap your foot 3 times.
That's impressive.
The prince loves to imitate people. He's in there.
He is a 6-year-old.
He's a 6-year-old. Okay. Let's have a look at the
Candelabra?
candelabra.
There is some writing on the candelabra. However, there is something weird about the writing. You can't quite read it.
Well, to me, this makes perfect sense.
It's no A to G. It's all in the latter 2/3 of the alphabet.
Oh, man. Something weird about it.
Yeah, you say we can't read it, as in like it's symbols we recognize, but the language doesn't make any sense.
It looks almost like English, but it just looks weird.
How
Okay.
reflective is this shield? Is it mirror
Oh,
writing?
yeah. If we look at it through the shield?
Now that you are looking at the reflection of the candelabra, you can read what it says.
Hey.
It says, ask the butler for a table setting suggestion.
Now we haven't seen is there a butler standing in the middle of the room?
No.
Okay.
That's probably a relief.
Holding a 6-year-old child in princely clothing? Saying, what are you
Nope.
doing? Okay.
All right, first things first. Do we see anything noteworthy in those words?
Oh, you think
right
like
away?
ignore them as a thing and think of it like a.
I mean,
like
it's going to go
puzzle?
one of two directions. Either the words themselves, as presented, are going to be important
Which I
to
think
us,
will be true.
or there is a hidden message somewhere in it.
Not that I can see.
Not that I can immediately see.
No.
All right, we'll come back to that. I don't trust it.
Shall we check out some of these tables and things in the center of the room, or do you want to keep doing the outskirts first?
I would love to keep doing the outskirts.
Have
It's
a look at the
beautiful
southern
circle.
door?
Yeah,
Let's have a look at the door that was opposite our entry point.
The door is locked with a 4-digit number lock. As you go to turn away, the edge of your apron sticks to the wall a bit.
Ooh.
Next to the door, there is some wet paint on the wall.
All right, no, so we have a link here. This won't be linked in the show notes below because it's something very, very subtle. Danny, would you like to see what we have here?
We got a name.
It's just a name. It's just 3 words.
3 words as a name.
It says Quentin Gosbert Fourneau.
Oh, very good. Where was this? What was where?
Yeah, was this
where was this written?
painted on the wall?
Wet paint on the wall by
Oh.
the door.
So someone has tagged the meeting, the hall.
Very neat writing.
Now, I said Quentin Gosbert Fourneau, and you may be thinking, how is that spelt? And I'll say, weird. Quentin, well, no, actually, it's
that
not
weird.
actually that weird. But weird if you're just listening to me say it. Quentin is Quintin, so it's Quintin, presumably just a normal spelling of Quentin. Gosbert is Gozbert, Gosbert. And Fourneau is French spelling, Fourneux. None of them intrinsically odd, but I don't know if that's how you would have pictured them when I read it out. Quentin Gosbert Fourneau.
There are so many letters in this that
4. Quint is 5.
Oh.
Goes is Arabic for
Ounces, Oz.
Not sure. And
There is a
4
4.
no is 4.
That
no.
is one way of looking at it. That is interesting.
5 in Gosbert for now.
Man, I went totally differently in a way that now that I'm doing it feels completely wrong, which I just went, there are so many letters here. Like, we've got an X, we've got a Q, we've got a Z. Is this one of those things where we need to figure out which letters are missing?
Oh, okay.
But so far, C, D, and H, so it doesn't seem that helpful. But I'm going to keep
It's all the
going.
letters from a musical scale in German.
I'm going to keep going.
If I was German,
Yeah.
would be okay for music.
What about J?
Okay.
J.
Poland keeps the J.
L,
Oh no.
M.
All right. Quentin, that 5 and that 4 is really interesting. Fourneau and
Yeah.
Quentin. But maybe it's just a real person from history.
That's true.
A famous old English graffiti artist. Trying to think of the word for Henry's time. I was like, not Elizabethan. It's very significantly not Elizabethan. Tudor. That's what I wanted. I was trying to think of Henreric, and I'm like, that wouldn't even be true because there's so many Henrys.
Yep.
The 8th Henreric age. All
How
right.
did George get away with it? He got a whole Georgian era.
Yeah, and there's so many Georges.
James got
I
the
suppose
Jacobean.
We're in a Carolingian.
Jacobean, Jacobean. I only write it down.
I think Jacobean.
There were 3 Georges, weren't there?
Yeah, but
5,
when
weren't
you
there?
talk about the
5,
George,
yeah.
but when you talk about the Georgian era,
George.
I don't even know what people think about.
oh, okay.
Which one is the Georgian era?
Well, now I'm scared that I'm wrong.
Because there's so many
No,
Georges.
it's true. Georgian is like early 1900s, isn't it?
Yeah, rather than like the 1700s. Because that was George. George III was during the American Revolution, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's another Georgian era.
Huh.
Now we're in a Carolingian era. Or Carolingian era.
I guess we are.
Don't know how hard you hit that G. But it's the third one.
Mm.
Better
God,
than the
it's
first
so much cooler when you put it that way.
That we're in a Carolingian era.
The third Carolingian era.
That's where we're in.
That's
That's
pretty
where we're
great.
at.
I'm
Okay.
into that.
Um,
All right. Well,
I don't know who Quentin is, but that's clearly. I feel like it's got some numbery stuff, but I don't know what to do with it.
yeah.
Again, it feels like a piece we just put it in our pocket and we keep moving on.
Yeah, okay, we'll keep stashing. Which means we've got to get to the Louisiana Tapestry.
Oh, also, actually, hold on.
Oh.
We do know that we do need a 4-digit number lock for the door.
Sure.
That's some digits,
Could be.
but not enough. Okay.
For all
Um,
we know, we're gathering it in a few places and like we just take 4 out of that.
Could
Maybe
be.
ask the butler for a table setting suggestion has another number in it somewhere.
Not
It's got
that
the
I
word
saw.
4 in it as well.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Let's have a look at the
yeah,
tapestry.
we'll keep searching.
It is a tapestry of a page with a scroll. And that
Now
is a
wait
page
a
as in
hot-
like a
yes.
page boy.
Okay, I was going to say, this needed more clarification. It's a girl named Paige.
So it is a tapestry of a page with a scroll. On closer inspection, the scroll sticks out a bit.
Ooh,
Can we take said scroll?
that's impressive.
As you look down, you see a hollow rod that runs across the bottom of the tapestry. It starts at the bottom right corner and comes out on the bottom left corner about 6 feet away, or 2 meters away.
All right, so we potentially have a rod if we need it.
We got a rod
Yeah.
and a scroll. So can we take that scroll from the
Just
tapestry? Does
come
it
out?
detach?
Yes, it does. It unrolls quite easily, and you take a look at it.
All right. So for
Oh,
people
yeah.
playing at home, we have found another little name. Dani, would you like to read this name? I read the last one. You can read this one.
Wir sich Weltkampf.
It is Viermersig Weltkampf.
WYMEERSICH, I can say letters, VELDKAMP. Significantly more German than the last one.
Significantly more German.
Last one was Latin French.
Yeah. And this is a German man. Okay. Well, I think we're just collecting names. I don't want to spend too much time trying to dissect Viermersig Weltkampf.
Oh, but there are so many more letters that I can cross off with
Feldkamp?
this one. Feldkamp. Wild. All right. And yeah, what happens if we give a pull at this stick at the bottom?
Oh yeah, can we remove said rod?
It is a hollow rod, and it does not come out.
Oh, okay.
It's hollow.
Huh.
Can I blow through it like an instrument? I'm a musician. I'm investigating. I'm playing the shield. I'm blowing the scroll rod.
Sure, you can blow through it. You hear a little like rustle, as if there's paper in there, but it doesn't come out.
Your lungs are not powerful enough.
I know. That's why I play the recorder instead of a bigger instrument. All the cool guys are playing oboes, and I'm here on a recorder.
What if is the recorder small enough? The recorder that we found small enough to fit into
I
it
would
to
be
give you a bit more
shocked.
length.
It is not.
Oh yeah. Do I get more blowing power if I put a trumpet mouthpiece at the end of this rod? Okay.
Oh, can you just like take the trumpet, pull it apart, put the bell at one end and the mouthpiece at the other end, and just make like surely that would turn it into one of those ceremonial crazy long brass instruments, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea what those are called.
Bugles. I
Long
think they're
cornets.
just weird bugles.
Long cornets.
Long cornets. An unfurled cornet. Is that how we got the cornet? We take one of those long ones and then just started to fold it up to get it smaller and smaller? Was that the evolution of the cornet?
How do I Google this?
Taking a big
What
long
is
bugle
that
and
long
rip.
trumpet called?
Google. Here, Daddy, can I ask you to Google it for me? I want you to Google this for me. Could you Google heraldic bugle?
Okay.
And I want a very long bugle with the little flag off the end.
Yeah.
Damn, it's a bugle on a herald.
Those
On,
aren't
that's
interesting.
damn. We failed.
Real difference between long cornets and shepherd crook corn.
Dan, we have to stop googling cornets.
This is I'm
Google
sorry,
cornetos.
Catherine. This is what we do.
It's all good.
Really, to get it, you have to just Google what's that big trumpet that they use when kings arrive. Give me big king trumpet. What's that big trumpet with flag on? Hey Google, what big trumpet with flag on?
It's called I don't know how to say it. It's Buisine.
Buisson? Buisine?
Buisine.
INE.
Yeah.
But now, here's the thing. You want to start saying it in a French way, but you know how
They
the English
probably
were back
didn't.
then. It was probably a buoy sign.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, I'm not saying anything French at all. Give me a French word, I'm saying buissine, deal with it. I'm English.
And then there's another variation of it is an agnafil. A-N with the
I
N-A
saw
over
that
it,
word just show
A-F-I-O.
up then. I got no idea on that one. You see?
Yeah.
Cuisine and agnafil.
Straight
Wild.
medieval trumpet, usually made of metal.
Okay,
Also
why are
called
people,
a herald's trumpet.
why are people also
Get outta
searching
here.
for hurdy-gurdies when they do this?
Oh, they're just trying to put together an old-fashioned band.
All right, well, we've got
Jenny, can we get a
information.
buissine?
They seem super cool,
look,
right?
look at the dude
That's
just
like-
playing one in real life down here. in a
It's
little
like
video.
having swords on your wall,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, can we do that? Can we get weird old-fashioned instruments and hang them all up around
I
the
think
house?
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Too bad they cost millions of dollars.
All right. Well, I feel like we've searched the walls. We're done
searched
with
the
those.
walls.
We've gathered a lot of information. Weirdly, if I also crossed out the letters of Vimierzig Feldkamp, I'm only left with the letter J. We've used every other letter, which seems wild. But
Oh, I have one last thing to quickly check,
Mhm.
which I didn't check, but you never know with Game Masters what they're going to expect.
that's fair.
Can I lift the tapestry off the wall and look behind it? Any hidden tapestry things behind it?
You don't want to mess with the tapestry too
Right.
much. It probably costs more than like your whole life's savings.
We just
So
steal the parchment from inside it, but that's okay.
And the same question for the painting on the other end. Could I have lifted that and looked behind it?
same thing. You
Great.
don't want to mess with it too much.
Perfect.
Wonderful, wonderful,
All right,
wonderful.
shall we head to either the hearth or one of the tables?
I would like to head to the high table.
Let's head to the high table, looking up as we go.
Oh, yes. Let's look at the vaulted ceiling before the table.
You look up to the ceiling. There are eavesdroppers, which are carved painted heads in the rafters. Strangely enough, they seem to be looking at a specific spot on the floor.
Ooh,
Oh, can we go to that floor and search the floor there? Dig through the
that's
sawdust?
cool. I'd like that in a real room.
You dig around a bit and find a piece of bright blue stained glass. You wonder how that got there.
Oh, was there a piece missing from the bay window?
You guys go back over to the gate bay window.
Yeah.
I think so.
We shield
Easily
our
distractible.
eyes, ignoring the high table as we walk past it to the bay window.
You go over to the bay window and you find a coat of arms that matches that blue. It is blue with yellow pears. The blues match, and you look a little bit closer. Sure enough, there is a hole the shape and size of the piece of glass you found.
We stick it in.
You try to put it back, but it won't quite go in. So you stick your finger in and find a piece of paper wedged in there.
Okay.
Nice.
You pull it out and read it.
Dani, if it's another name, what are you going to guess for? I'm going to say it sounds Spanish.
Yep, fair enough. I mean, J is the only letter left, so I assume it's going to be. I can't think of Spanish J names.
Javier.
Yeah, that's a good one. That makes sense. Oh no,
It is not.
this looks good.
Oh, nice. I think you're right because it says. Dani, actually, would you like to read this out for everybody at home?
I think that the alphabet should only have 25 letters. Whoever decided it needed 26 letters is a monster. That sounds like the opinion of a 6-year-old.
If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
This sounds like I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, you found that J is the only missing letter from all
That's
those
what I found
from those
so
two
far.
names. So J, the answer is J. I scream J at the top of my lungs and I see if a child appears.
Nothing happened.
Damn,
Funnily enough, weird.
ridiculous.
Yeah, like that feels like I have solved something. I don't know what to do with it yet.
No, but it does feel interesting that you found only one letter not contained in those two names.
This is probably good because I devoted a significant amount of page space
I
to that.
really thought it was a fool's errand, and maybe it still is. But as of now, it seems pretty promising that J is the pointless 26th letter.
Every time we do a guest room, I have
It's
no
just
idea.
a G and an I sitting on top of each other.
I have no idea what's going to happen in terms of like how big my notes are going to be. So I have to take a gamble. Do I give myself a double page spread or will a single page do? And the last one we did, I only used one page. So this time I figured there's a blank page right there. I'll do it. And I'm making my pictures huge.
All right. Okay, so we think maybe we have a thing that implies that this person hates the letter J, but I'm not quite sure what to do about it yet.
And that's fair enough. I understand the Romans didn't like it either. This is a
Yeah.
popular opinion.
They didn't even like it. They
Mm.
just put eyes there. It's not Jun Judge. It's Inri.
So,
Okay. I hope all my Catholics out there are having fun with my Jun Judge joke or Junraj joke. Okay, I apologize.
to the head table.
To the head table.
Okay.
On the high table is an assortment of items that look like they would be used to set all of the tables, including tablecloths and some different foods, like marzipan, a chocolate chess set, and a roast peacock.
Oh no.
The roast peacock has been roasted whole, and all of its magnificent feathers have been stuck back into it for decoration. Also, The table has a cloth pendant with the English flag hanging off the table.
Okay. What on earth was the English flag at that time? Was it the same?
It would just be a...
Was it still the cross?
plus.
Just the red
Yeah.
cross? I don't know. Countries can change things.
Yeah, you're right. And I could well be wrong.
What was our flag like back then?
We didn't have one.
I mean, technically, at some point, there was just they used the flag of the king or whatever lord
Yeah.
they were fighting under. But
True.
Very fair.
Is this flag like the modern English flag?
Is it what we expect?
Is it
no,
a-
it's not the modern age. It's whatever flag was representing England at the time.
Cool.
Well, let's find out. Yeah, but I mean, not the modern UK flag, but like the modern English flag. English flag. What year am I like 1580?
Ooh.
Or am I, is that too late?
That's too late.
That's probably too late. 1540? I'll just put
That's
1540.
Probably better.
List of English flags. National flags. 1417 to present is
Damn.
the flag of England. St. George's
Okay.
Cross. Royal banners, circa 200.
Oh god,
Three
some of them are
lions hanging
so
out on top of
busy.
each other.
Ah!
Royal-
What? That 1305 is hideous.
The 1837 Royal Standard looks like the Maryland flag. So that's how kind of confusing it is.
It's disgusting, this
The
1305.
is real bad. Hey, everyone playing along at home, look at the Royal Standard of 1305, used by the Lord Warden of the Five Ports.
Here's a spoiler, it has orange on it.
It's got 3 lions,
Okay,
and then they
it
got
doesn't look as
bored of the
orange from
lions
this
halfway
angle.
through, and they cut them off. And then they put 3 big boat butts at the ends of the lions.
Seriously,
There are a couple of fish biting
it's
a
not
couple
even
of
like
rings.
front half of a lion, back half of a boat. Like, the lion is cut off at a very bizarre point.
It's the worst thing you've ever seen. And then the border is just
It's got
yellow,
3 feet.
red, and blue. Don't look at these things.
Oh, it's...
If you're wondering, it is about 1543 right now.
Okay.
Ah, 1543. I was pretty close when I said 1540.
You were.
Oh, my third guess of the year.
Now, while we were discussing this, and I was trying to draw a roast peacock, tablecloth,
Yep.
table runner sort of thing, the pendant,
Yep.
the peacock.
Marzipan.
Thank you.
Chocolate chess set.
Yes.
Do these deserve more investigation?
Not at this stage.
Okay.
I think that we know what to do with them when the time comes.
Okay. Sure. I just think maybe if we looked at the chess set, I'd be like, all of the pieces are missing. Do they spell out
okay,
the word
fine.
death?
We can look at the chess set.
Can we have a look at the
That's
chocolate
fair.
chess set? Are all the pieces missing? Do they spell out the word death?
The chocolate chess set is just kind of a chocolate chess set.
Okay. Is the board
That's
edible?
all.
Yes, sure.
I've
Are the
never asked
pieces
that.
edible? No. It's a chocolate board with wooden pieces.
Okay.
Painted to look just like chocolate.
Shall
Okay.
we go down the tables?
Let's go down to the
Okay.
tables.
To table 1.
Yeah, to table 1. Unless all 4 tables are identical, in which case
That's true.
let's look at all 4 tables.
The tables at this point are quite bare, other than that each table has a flag hanging from it.
Ooh.
Table 1 has the French flag. Table 2 has the Spanish flag.
Mhm.
Table 3 has the Portuguese flag. And table 4 has the Swedish flag.
I'm sure we're at war with one of these people.
Okay, a French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Swedish table.
So which of these nationalities do you think kidnapped the prince?
All of them.
Who's the most suspicious?
It's a combined coup. The French, probably. It's 1540.
Always the way. Is the last thing to look at this hearth, this freestanding hearth?
I think it's the freestanding hearth.
Okay, let's do it.
The hearth is rather clean looking. In the hearth is one large log. It looks like it recently got placed there.
Okay, well, I feel that we have basically looked at everything now, and now it's the doing stuff part.
Here's
Ooh,
my first doing thought.
Please.
I've been wanting to stick something through that rod
Yeah.
to try and get but maybe that's foolish. Can I just lift one end of the rod so that the piece of paper inside falls out?
Well, it seems pretty stuck.
Okay, cool. I just thought I'd check first before I look for something to stab it with. Ask the butler for a table setting suggestion. We haven't seen anything butler based. We have things on the main table. Marzipan, chess, set. You said it also had tablecloths on the table?
Yes.
What are they? Is there more of a description to look at? Are they all the same, or are they one looks exactly like the French flag and one looks exactly like the Spanish
They're-
flag?
There are 5 different colored tablecloths.
Ooh, what colours are they?
Blue, white, purple, red, and black. And when I mentioned the food, I said that there were foods such as.
Okay, so those were examples, but
foods.
there's also just food in general. Perhaps when we find out what food needs to go to each place, we can set those up specifically.
Interesting.
And we have 5 tables and 5 cloths. It looks like maybe we have to set all these 5 tables to the appropriate thing, but no idea where we get that information because I feel like we've looked at everything.
Are we stuck in here? Or is there somewhere where I can just wander outside and try to find a butler?
Oh yeah, can we just leave and find a butler?
You could try and leave, but you know the butler usually is in the room that is through that locked door.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That needs a 4-digit code. Interesting. What do? We've got armor. We need a key. We've got a candelabra that gave us a hint. The painting is too grimy. I don't know if we can clean that with cloth. We have tablecloth. Does that clean a...
Oh, no.
No, we probably... Does that clean a painting?
I mean, you could try, but you really don't want to get rid of... Or you really don't want to get that tablecloth dirty, especially if they're using it for a feast tonight.
Sure. Is there any piece of paper that we do want to get dirty? The scroll that we took off the tapestry?
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't noticed. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that is yes, this is fine. Let's filthen this up.
The bay window. Does the chairs have anything more interesting to look at? You said it was like a bay window and a window seat. Can we like open it up? Is it one of those sorts of things?
No.
Okay, cool.
There were the instruments on the bay window seat.
We've got the shield, which we used to read the message on the
that's true. We
candelabra.
did do a thing with that.
The tables need to be set, but we don't really know how to set them. We have 2 names, and we know that they're missing the letter J if we combine them together, which maybe ties into our there should only be 25 letters.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how that's actionable in any way. The tapestry has a page boy.
And there's that piece of paper stuck in there, which I do want.
And there's a piece of paper stuck in there, but I don't seem to know how to get it out. Is there something we're looking at?
Is a peacock feather strong enough to shove it out?
Is a peacock feather strong enough to shove it out?
You try and put a peacock feather in, but it's not quite long enough.
Okay. Is there anything more to look at? You said the peacock had its like feathers stuck back into it. Is it interesting if we look more closely at that peacock?
Yeah, you could grab a feather if you wanted to.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll grab some feathers.
I'm gonna grab multiple
do the
feathers. I want to stick them together.
Do they clean the painting?
How sticky's the marzipan?
Can we use the marzipan as glue to stick multiple feathers together?
You could.
And then get the piece of paper out?
Like that. No, it's not that sticky.
Cool. We've got a log and a fire. If we remove the log, is there anything to like dig around in the hearth itself? Any hidden keys?
You remove the log and it was clean under that log. The log looked like it had been newly placed there.
I'm really not sure.
Yeah, this is so funny. We've clearly
like it seems to me there's nothing in the room that we have yet to interact with.
I feel like that's true.
And it feels like we've exhausted all possible interactions with all things that we have in the room.
Well, I mean, clearly there are ways that we can interact with things and our brains just aren't there yet.
You actually mentioned it like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, no. Did you say peacock feather cleaning?
Oh, yeah. Can we use the peacock feather
to
clean the painting?
All right. You take the peacock feather over to the painting and dust away at the painting.
Ah.
Underneath, it reveals a picture of a child in a suit of armor and a helmet, brandishing a toy lance. At the top of the painting, there appears to be some grime that won't come off. You poke at it with the feather and realize that there is wet paint underneath.
Ooh.
You dust the rest of the painting, and where the dust sticks to the wet paint, you see the following message.
Ooh, what message will it be? Yes,
oh, okay. This looks like a puzzle.
These look like crossword clues. Dani, would you like to... Shall we go one by one?
Sure. Mid-adolescent, ugly fife amidst broken net. 7. Oh, this feels like cryptic crossword clues.
Heard absent ear hugging damaged undersea. 7 letters. That's C, the letter C, by the way.
Score drunk newt and occupy tales of short company. 6.
Tetrad fluor odds acquiring front heart. 4.
Okay.
Well, what are the... That's the easiest one to me straight away, construction-wise. tetrad fluor is nonsense, but does then say odds afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The odds being... Oh, that's interesting, because it's not going to be 4 letters, right? Like, tetrad fluor odds is TTAFUR. And then acquiring front heart. An H, the front of heart? I'm not sure.
Or just an F for
Or
front.
acquiring
And
front,
it means
and
heart.
it means heart.
But either that or it means tetrad. What, like, tetrad is just like
Tetrad.
Four
Okay, let's say it
somethings.
means tetrad. So it's fluor odds.
Like, could the answer just be 4?
F-U-R. Yeah, acquiring front.
Somehow.
The heart of front is an O. So fluor,
Uh-huh.
F-L-U-O-R,
F-U-R.
is
And then...
F-U-R that acquires the O, which is the heart of the word front,
Right.
and we get 4 at the end.
Okay.
So the answer for 4 is 4. I believe that is also the only number whose number of letters is the same as its
This
value
is
as a
a
number.
thing. Are we going to get fun number facts for all of them?
Yeah, they're all
40
gonna be fun
is the
number
first
facts.
number whose letters are in alphabetical order.
So
I don't know if it's the only one. But
So will
it's
this get us
definitely
the 4
first.
digits that we need for the
Well,
door?
I'm worried about that because the one before it, score drunk Newton occupy tales of short company. Well, score is 20. So I'm concerned that maybe.
Oh, maybe. Or maybe it'll be the full number. It'll be like something. It'll be a 4-digit
Yeah, maybe. But like, okay, yeah, Newt, like drunk Newt could
Is
be rearranged Newt to be Twen.
And then the tails of short company are the final letters of the word short and company. That's T-Y,
beautiful.
20. So we end with 24.
Oh,
We're going
so
from the
Newt
bottom
is
up.
not Twen, it's Went. To be inside the T. and
Oh,
the
you're right.
Y.
You're right. Because it occupies the tails of the short
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
Yep. So it is actually went. So it's T-Went-E.
Wenty.
So we know the final 2 clues are 24. So let's keep going backwards.
Okay.
Heard absent ear hugging damaged undersea.
Okay.
Interestingly, neither of these is immediately like score and tetrad were,
Yeah.
hinting a number. Heard absent ear, that could be HD.
Oh, interesting.
Or C will be the answer. C will be the answer, meaning 100.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because it's heard, HD. Sorry, heard, absent ear makes it just HD. Hugging, damaged.
Under. The word
damaged
under.
under, a rearranging
slightly rearranged.
of-
Only slightly rearranged.
Which is UNDRE, with H and D hugging it,
Good
a damaged
thinking.
under, to get 100. So it's 124.
Lovely.
And then mid-adolescent,
Which is going to be something teen.
so yep, teen. Ugly fief.
Oh, I said 5. I like the instrument.
Yeah, but it's F-I-E-F, which is a tract of, I think it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
land
yeah.
that someone controls. But it'll probably be rearranged, like fifth
Teen.
E.
Broken net amidst broken,
broken net.
That sounds like 15.
So the answer is 15. It means mid-adolescent.
Mm.
Fife rearranged or fief rearranged amidst broken net.
So we've got 1524 as an answer here. That is 4 numbers.
Yeah.
Maybe that is when this butler was born.
Either way,
It's
let's
a
go to the
young-
door
young
down.
butler,
Let's
right?
go to the south and let's put in 1524 on our 4-digit number lock.
The lock clicks and comes off. You can now enter the gallery.
Let's do it.
Let's enter the gallery. We are now in the... We've gone through the
Now
tutorial
We're in the
of the room.
real room.
You look around, but the only thing you see is the butler, Friesen. Thanks to Patreon donor Chris Friesen.
Ah,
Polishing plates. Something glints on the bottom of one of the plates as Friesen sets it down.
interesting.
Um,
I assume that our position is not such that we can just walk past him, grab a plate. That would be weird.
butlers are pretty cool. I say, hey, Friesen, how you going?
He looks down his nose at you.
Yeah.
Well, I look down my nose at him.
Who's taller?
Oh, I'm 4'2".
Oh,
But Friesen's 3'1". Got him.
the old days.
Um,
And he keeps polishing the plates.
I say, hey, Friesen, could you, you're so good at butling. Do you have a table setting suggestion for me?
He hands you a paper from his apron pocket.
All right. Oh, I see some supplementary table instructions.
Okay, this has got to be like a logics puzzle sort of thing, right?
I think so.
So we got 8 steps here.
Do you want to do the first 4? I'll do the final 4.
Okay.
I'm actually going to send you what was on the plate as well.
Oh,
Oh, lovely. We can grab the plate.
Yes, you can grab the plate.
Then we shall grab the plate as well.
On the bottom, you find a chart lacquered into the plate.
should we have more fun things on the bottoms of our plates? Should I paint something
You want
on
to paint
them?
our plates? You paint them away.
That'd be cool.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
so for everybody playing along at home, there is a
logic puzzle
logic puzzle
grid.
that we can do. So we've been given a nice little grid to make life easy for ourselves to do a logic puzzle. On one side, we have things that go on tables: chocolate chess set, marzipan, roast peacock, sweetmeats, and wine. Are sweetmeats offal? Is that what sweetmeats are?
Something like that.
And then we also have colours: black, blue, purple, red, and white. And then we also compare this to English, French, Spain, Portuguese, and Swedes as the tables. And black, blue, purple, red, white again. So we can do our logic puzzle and we can fill it out as we go.
Now,
what I might do is I might make a copy of this.
I believe I just had at trivia that Spanish are said to have invented modern chess, which surprised me. Now, would they therefore want the chocolate chess set or be gravely offended by it?
Who knows? All right, I've made a little copy so I won't mess with the original document. And so what we got from the actual butler in terms of the seating or the setting arrangement is like a logic puzzle.
Yeah,
It's the
definitely some
supplementary
instructions. We've got
table instructions.
8 steps.
8 steps, and we can tick them off as we go.
Right, so number 1, of the English and the Spanish, one has the black tablecloth and the other drinks wine. Oh,
Nice.
was wine one of the options?
Yes, wine is one of the
Gotcha,
wine and
gotcha.
sweetmeats.
Alrighty. 2, the Spanish sit 2 tables away from the purple tablecloth and the chocolate chess set. I guess they were gravely offended. But those things are not on the same table.
Well, first of all, we can say that the Spanish do not have the purple tablecloth or the chocolate chess set.
Yep, sounds
So
good.
Spanish chocolate chess set, I'll put an X. And Spanish purple, I will put an X.
Lovely.
The French do not sit at a table with a cloth that has a rainbow colour on it.
Okay.
Which means the French, if I am French, I could be black. I'm definitely not blue.
And not red, but
I'm not
purple
red.
and white are okay.
Is purple and
Nah.
white, is purple okay? Do indigo and violet count?
I wouldn't count them as purple. Like
It is
A rainbow
a rainbow color.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, technically, it's
asterisk,
not
asterisk,
purple.
asterisk.
Look, this is before Isaac Newton
Invented purple.
well, no, but he
Invented
split up the
indigo.
purple into 2
Right.
for fun. So,
It's true.
He did do
so
that just for
purple
fun,
at the time
didn't he?
would have been a rainbow
Good point.
color because he made up. He split up. He did like
Touche.
6. He wanted 7. So we know the French are either black or white.
This is the most educational room we've ever had.
Only half the facts are wrong.
Of the marzipan and the roast peacock, one goes on the Portuguese's table and the other goes on the black tablecloth. Okay, Portuguese, not black.
Ah, nice. Portuguese are not black.
Rule 5, the 2 tablecloths that would combine to make another colour are the farthest from that colour. That's fun.
That's
So
interesting.
presumably red and blue and purple.
Yes, red and blue combine to make purple. Red and white don't go. Yep.
Okay.
Wine either goes on the red or the purple tablecloth.
Mhm.
The chocolate chess set goes on the other one.
Okay.
Okay, so wine is red or purple, and chocolate is red or purple. So wine is not black or blue or white, and chocolate is not black or blue or white.
Great. Sweetmeats go on the tablecloth that would show the most stains.
That's white, right?
Surely.
So surely we know sweetmeats equals white. So I put what's a good yes,
The letter Y.
which means that none of the other foods are on white.
Lovely.
And then the final clue is the most savory item goes in the middle table.
Okay.
What constitutes the most savory? Probably a roast peacock.
I would
right?
assume. Oh, yeah. I suppose I would assume a roast peacock.
And the
over
middle
sweetmeats.
table is
Table 2?
Spain. So table 2.
Yeah.
So the roast peacock is yes for Spain,
Okay.
which means it is no.
Yep. There are lots of X's you can put like all around them.
Have I done all these X's correct? Yeah.
There are more X's that you can do.
Because I know the sweetmeats don't go on any of the other
Yep.
colours. Roast peacock does not go on any of the other tables. And the Spanish have roast peacock, so they don't have any of the other foods.
Yep. There was some other stuff that we could get that we didn't include, like clue number 1. There was some stuff that we could write.
Yeah.
So of the English and Spanish, one has the black tablecloth, the other drinks wine. So both black tablecloth and drink wine are English or Spanish, no other options.
You're right. So black is not French. It is not Swedish.
Mm-hmm.
It is either English or Spanish.
Yeah,
and drinks wine, because it is not Spanish, must be English.
Hey!
Which means the English drink wine and the Spanish have a black tablecloth.
Love it.
Which means no one else drinks wine.
More
I'm Xing them out. The English don't do anything else. I'm Xing those out. The Spanish don't have anything other than a black tablecloth, so I'm Xing all of those out.
And you can, in the
black
in the right box, you can cross roast peacock and black. They go together.
Roast peacock goes with black, yes, because we know that it is Spanish, so we put black.
Oh, we've got something out of that.
We know that the French have a white tablecloth.
Great.
Because they now cannot have a black tablecloth.
Ah, okay.
So the French have a white tablecloth.
That feels like a statement. All right, and also blue goes with marzipan, apparently, in the right.
Oh, and blue is for marzipan. Okay.
All right, so we've got a lot out of this. Which other clues didn't we look at closely enough?
Let's have a think.
Oh, right, all of the orders of tables.
Yeah.
So the Spanish sit 2 tables away from the purple tablecloth and the chocolate chess set, but they are not on the same table. Surely that means the purple and the chocolate chess set are at the far ends.
Which one is this, sorry?
Clue 2.
Clue 2. The Spanish sit 2 tables away from the purple tablecloth and the chocolate chess set.
So the UK table or the English table is one of those 2 things.
But it's got the wine, which means the English must be purple.
Okay.
So English is purple, and we know that...
What's the other one? Chocolate chess set.
The Swedes have chocolate chess set. All right, look at all these logic puzzles.
Okay, now we've only got one more choice left to make, it looks like. Something about blue or red. Oh, we had the rainbow, make 2 colors that combine to make another color.
Yes, 2 tablecloths that would combine to make another color are the farthest from that color.
Okay, so red and blue must be, like, what, Portuguese and Swedish? Is that an option?
Well, because... wait.
Portuguese and Swedish are the furthest away from the English table.
The English table is purple, so the furthest are the Portuguese and the Swedes, so they must be red and blue, which we know. Those are the only options.
Okay, that's already acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what else can we use?
We also know that... what was the clue? There's a clue about marzipan, I think. Of the marzipan and the roast peacock, one goes for the Portuguese and the other goes for black. And we know that the roast peacock is on the Spanish black tablecloth. So the marzipan is for the Portuguese.
Okay.
Which means the French have sweetmeats. Oh, the chocolate... If we can figure out which foods...
We know that the English was wine, and we know that the English is purple.
Great. So the English have the purple wine, which means the red table has the chocolate chess set. And because the Portuguese have the marzipan, it means they're not on the red table.
They are blue.
They are blue. The Swedes are red. So our final version, and now I'm assuming you can get ready to tell us if this is correct. Table 1, the English.
Well, no, hold on. I have not called that table 1.
High table. High table, English, is wine on a purple tablecloth. The French, table 1, are sweetmeats on a white tablecloth. Then the Spanish is roast peacock on a black tablecloth. The Portuguese is marzipan on a blue tablecloth. And the Swedes have a chocolate chess set on a red tablecloth.
That is correct.
Oh, I'm so glad.
You were reading that out and I was just going, I don't know what to do if this is wrong, except start again.
If it's wrong, you just got to start from the beginning again. It's like when you do a Sudoku and you're like, and
if you
8.
made a mistake.
Oh, no. And you have to it's so hard to figure out where you went wrong.
All right. Now, what do we do with this?
Yeah, when we put all those things down, does anything cool happen?
Do we take it back to... Oh, are we setting the table?
I want to set those tables in that fashion.
Oh, okay.
When that happens, do the tables go and then like lower into the floor and then a new king comes out of the bottom?
You set the tables according to that instruction, and you notice something that you didn't notice about the tables before.
They're covered in keys.
We got something.
All right. Now, for people at home.
What? Oh my god.
You can see these images. This is linked in the show notes below. There should be 5 images in one little tablecloth
so these
PDF.
are the tablecloths. They are way more patterned than I expected.
The purple one has like a dragon scale pattern. It's
It does
wild
a bit.
crazy. The white one has little eyes looking off to the right.
Yeah.
Or the left. Their left, our right. The black one has 2
Ooh.
children hiding under a table.
Okay.
The blue one has 3
Logs.
logs. The red one has a barking dog.
Huh.
And that's it. The purple one doesn't seem to have anything, right? Like the rest are all patterns.
Nothing that is standing out quite to the extent of the others. No.
This is the order we had them, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's interesting.
So it's like
So look under the
Eyes.
table.
look,
Is it telling us to look under a
Table.
table?
logs, dog,
Log bark.
log bark.
Do we need?
Can we peel the bark off the log?
Ugh. Peeling bark off a log is not what you expected to be doing this afternoon.
No,
But it
that's
beats
not
losing your
fun.
head. So you dig your fingers under the edge and start pulling. Surprisingly, once you get it started, the bark peels away pretty easily. Underneath, you find a sheet of music.
Nice.
Not any sheet of music.
The Bayou
King
Tapestry.
This is King Henry's own composition, Pastime with Good Company,
Ah.
arranged for recorder.
Nice. I play it.
All right. As you play, a clunking sound comes from the recorder. As you finish the song, a small key drops from the end of the recorder. It must have been wedged between the keys, and playing them in the order that you did for that song wiggled it loose.
Amazing.
Nice.
That is
I
impressive stuff.
break the recorder over my knee. Any recorder
You
used.
would never do
No,
such
Dan.
a thing.
Once you've used a recorder to play one of the King's songs, it is tainted, and he needs a new recorder next time you play a song by the King.
Ah.
No one else can ever play this again. I destroy it in an act of pure reverie. I play reverie on a. Okay.
Do we think this is the key for the suit of armor helmet?
I think it.
I hope so.
Let's open the helmet.
Let's give it a try.
All right, the helmet lifts off the suit of armor.
Amazing.
Is there anything inside
Let's
the suit of armor?
inspect the inside. Well, I wanted to inspect the inside of the helmet first.
Well, there might be a boy in the rest of the armor.
Okay.
No, the rest of the armor is empty.
Okay. Is there anything
But
in the
we
helmet?
did try talking to him. If there was a boy in there, he's dead.
True.
Let's check inside the helmet.
I mean, it's empty. It looks like
I
it,
put it on.
it fits your head perfectly. You pull the visor down experimentally, and you see a piece of the visor that looks slightly different from the rest, kind of long and thin.
Long and thin.
Oh, can you stab a tube with it?
I don't know, but it's worth trying.
It seems pretty stuck, but you're pretty desperate. You give it a good yank, and it comes off the visor. As it falls to the floor, it expands a little bit.
Yes.
All right, let's use it to get the paper
I
from the
hastily
tube.
take off the helmet because I don't know the law, but I don't think I, as a nurse, am legally allowed to be wearing armor.
No, you better put that helmet back before we get killed.
All right, yeah. Is this pokeable enough?
Yes, as you poke the metal rod into one end of the hole, a paper comes out the other side of the hole. You grab it and unroll it.
All right, so this paper was from the tapestry tube at the bottom of the tapestry, and we have unrolled it, unfurled
I've been
it.
doing an undue amount of reading. I have utterly failed at my mission to be in character.
And this time you're actually getting two. There's a front and a back to this paper, and they are 2 different files.
All right.
All right. So, oh no.
Oh, not only do we have to read, we got to talk in character, all right?
Here we go. Refuse the mini net, even if you see it. That's even if you see it, with the V and the I removed with little apostrophes.
It's going to be very slow if you do that for the whole
would be
thing.
without us if our tea needs it well vexed. Then we have an on-air had to wait teen more. Sorry, had to wait in more. Cheerily and hey, teen tells
Teen
you
tells
tat your
ya?
pesky canine tea envio the lords. Twent your way before tath reeked like armor's steel vent. Alas, 'tis not so. Fie, verily it causeth me to seat. Went for urgent message.
Went for your urgent message.
Went for your urgent message.
On the back.
And then on the back, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Yeah, we've
17,
got 1 to
18, 19, 20,
25.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25 letters.
Okay.
And by 25 letters, I mean there are 25 spaces
Yeah,
on
we've got
grid.
we've got a big old grid. In
It
fact,
is
how
1
many
to
down
25.
is it?
So
How many
there's
spaces
25
do we have?
columns, but rows there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 15 rows in all. The first row is the
With
numbers 1 to
in
25.
it, and then 14 blanks.
And 14 blanks.
Okay.
And this probably is going to connect to the fact that we've got
the 25 letters.
yeah,
thing.
I love 25 letters. Whoever decided needed 26 is a monster.
I also don't know if you noticed anything about as you were reading this front note.
I'm assuming the missing letters might start to be interesting.
Uh,
Or what are you thinking?
I thought that what was left was more interesting than what was missing.
24.
Yeah. See it when it ye for urgent message.
Verily, it causeth me to see it, but without the I. When, then there's a little apostrophe, then T, then Y, then FO, then UR. It says 24.
Yeah, we've definitely got numbers hidden in this thing. Like right at the start.
19.
Yeah. Mini
Refuse
net
the mini
Ian.
net, Ian, if you see it. So 19.
Now, I don't quite know how this is going to go, but I figure we just run through and find as many as we can.
Yeah, let's go through and see. Let's start from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
refuse.
You have to go
the
so carefully when you're doing
mini
this.
net Ian. 19
Yeah.
is what I see first. There's nothing earlier than that.
I don't
that
think
I can
so.
see.
Ian, if you see
Ian, if you
see
see
anything
it.
there?
Nay.
We get 8.
Tat would be, so then there's an 8. Would be without us. I don't see a secret thing hidden there.
No, if our T needs 14.
14. If our T needs it well vexed. So 14.
12.
12.
It well vexed.
It well vexed. There's only one L in the well vexed. Is a misspelling, but it gets you 12.
Must have been so much easier or harder, easier to write in this sorts of codes back before spelling
Yeah,
reform.
exactly. You can't. It's not even misspelled in 1540, whatever. Like they didn't have spelling.
Then we
have
a
a non-air had to wait teen more.
one.
Well,
A non-air has
a
one.
non-air has 1. Oh, ones are going to be tough.
That's tough.
And then
Weigh it in more.
as 18.
That's the first paragraph. That's all I found.
That's the first paragraph. 19, 8, 14, 12, 1, 18. And hey, if you're playing along at home and you're trying to start figuring out what these are, remember, the alphabet doesn't have a J in it. Cheerily.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I wonder.
the first couple numbers are going to be the same.
Oh,
One is the same too. You
no.
know, but anything after, what is J in the alphabet?
10.
10. So
Oh,
anything else you're going to have to
no.
remove
I
1. So
I
12
started-
is actually M, which is usually 13.
I just started writing it out, exactly trying to convert it to letters. I didn't even think of that. Okay, I will hold off. Cheerily and hey, 10. Okay, so that's another 18.
That's another 18.
Is there anything before that in cheerily?
I don't think cheerily and has anything
I mean,
hidden there.
hopefully when we convert these to real things,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
notice
see.
if we've made any
Teen
mistakes.
tells you tat your pesky. I see K9 has 9 in it.
Oh, no, it
19.
does
It says
too.
19 again. But is there anything before that, between? Tells you that you're pesky. I don't see anything. So the next one will be 19.
Then I can't see anything until
K19
a 20.
NVO the Lords. 20 your way. So 20, I think. 20 your way before
It hath
hath
reeked.
reeked
3.
3 hath reeked 3 like armor's
Steel event,
is
11.
11 because there's an E at the end of steel.
Ah.
Alas, 'tis not so.
That looks so suspicious, but I don't
Otso.
see it.
5, verily,
Verily.
that's 5.
It
It causeth me to see.
It went to your
24.
urgent message. That's 24.
All right, so it looks like we have
Okay.
19, 8, 14, 12, 1, 18, 18, 19, 23, 11, 5, 24.
Let's find out by trying to convert them to letters but minusing J, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see if this does anything.
So 19 is actually 20, is actually T.
T. But
8 is
will be
actually
okay.
8, which is
H.
H.
14
Is actually 15, is
which
actually
is
O. 12 is actually 13, is actually
M.
M. A is actually, 1 is actually A, is actually A.
Oh no.
And then
18
is actually 19 is
which
actually
is
S.
S.
So it says Thomas. That's
Not
a name.
Thomas.
Not Thomas.
18 we know
18
it's
is
S
an
again,
S.
which means 19 must
19
be
is
the T.
T.
20
is
U.
a U.
3 is still C.
is still C.
11 though, hold on, is 12, which is L. I'm not going crazy, right?
Probably A, B, C, D.
I know that
E,
J is
F,
10.
G, H, I, K, L. Yep.
Cool. 5 will still be E.
Yep.
24 is 25, so I guess that's a Y.
Thomas Stuckley.
Not
Or Stukely.
Thomas.
Not Thomas Stukely. Who's Thomas
Wait.
Stukely?
You've heard of Thomas Stukely. He's one of the charlatans who claims to be King Henry's son.
Let's kill him.
Wasn't he born in 1524?
Ah,
He is known for having a rather violent disposition, not unlike Henry himself. You believe he is doing his knight training under Charles Brandon, 1st Duke of Suffolk, and the king's brother-in-law. But that doesn't matter. You need to get Edward back. Do you? And here comes your choice.
oh, okay.
1. Alert the guards so they can apprehend him. 2. Head to the stables to apprehend him yourself. Or 3. Find Charles Brandon so that he can deal with Thomas.
Okay, hold on. Charles Brandon's already training him. I don't trust that guy. If we confront him, we're an old crippled musician. I've changed my character. And,
Yeah,
and a nursemaid.
my instinct was to tell you to strike me and then tie me up so that it looks like I was physically attacked and not I didn't just doze off. Like they actually attacked me to grab him. I can't be blamed if that's what happened.
Yeah, I'll do that. I punch you in the face. And then I drag
And then tie me up somewhere.
Well, no, because I'll have untied you if I found you. Okay, I'll leave you there tied up.
Yeah. You don't need to have found. Well, no, I suppose you can untie me. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But you have to tie me up first and then untie me so I've got wrist burn.
Yeah, I give you a bit of rope wristband. I tie, and then
This
we
is
go to
all part of the option,
and
isn't
then
it?
we go to the guards, right? And we say, Thomas Stukely has stolen the royal
I saw
child.
him with my own eyes right before the impact.
His powerful knight training made it impossible to stop him because the British knights are so strong. Our English knights can destroy anyone. Much like they destroyed me, a royal musician. But now quickly to Thomas Stukely's house.
So I take
He
it
has the boy.
So I take it we went with option 1.
Yeah, option 1, I think.
The guards look at you like you're crazy.
I'm
but
not
they eventually
crazy!
agree.
Stukely is at it again.
They eventually agree to search for the prince. After what seems like ages, they find him tied up in a bundle
You see, he ties
And-
things up. He ties people up. It all checks out.
and arrest Thomas. You know you are going to have to give them a pretty hefty bribe for them to keep this from the king. What do you want to bribe them with?
The power of song. I'd play them a beautiful song on my
No, that's
cuisine.
terrible. They hate that. What
Okay, I
if
give him chocolate chess set. Who cares about the Swedes? Who needs them?
I give him a shiny new helmet and an extra shiny shield.
And an extra shiny shield.
Awesome. You hurry Edward back to the nursery. Not a moment too soon, either. As soon as you get Edward back to the nursery, trumpets announce the arrival of the king.
Do they?
Back from his hunting
what?
trip.
Is it trumpets?
Trumpets.
Is it trumpets? Or is it...
Cuisines and annuphils.
And annuphils.
Annuals?
Okay.
now
you
it
need
has
to keep the news.
keep in the episode. You can't edit it out.
True.
Now you need to keep the news of this afternoon's escapades from reaching the ears of the king.
Look, here's the problem. 6-year-olds talk.
Here's the other problem. I've already written a song about it, and I'm planning on performing it at dinner.
Well done, you guys.
Thank you for listening to Escape This Podcast. don't forget to tune in next week for Podcast This Escape, where we debrief with our guest and discuss the escape room that we just escaped from.